Today, I'm going to talk about my e-portfolio, which explores the literature sentiment score in different parts of the fiction to realize the plot development. I will introduce my problem, the task I will follow, and how the Python being used to solve this problem. Firstly, the problem identification part. I am a student studying English literature, but sometimes I struggle to grasp the plot development and the emotional expression changing of the author in different parts of the literature. For instance, I cannot follow the plot development of the Concise Chinese English Dictionary for Lovers. So, I am going to talk about how I solve this problem by assessing the sentiment scores of different plots in this fiction. For the task aspect, firstly, I plan to go to read this book multiple times and translate these words I do not understand to get the general ideas of this fiction. Moving on to my subtask. Firstly, I will read the book and know the timeline of this fiction. And secondly, I will find the contextual words such as verbs, adjectives, and translate them if I don't understand. By analyzing these words, I will realize the emotional expression in different plots. Consequently, I can summarize the plot development as it aligns with the emotional expression of the author. But this process is too slow, so to make it more efficiency, I will use Python to loop through the text, which I want to analyze. Next, I will use Python to count the percentage of the positive words and negative words in each sentences. This can help me to assess the emotional tone in different parts of the fiction. This is my program solution step and the flowchart of the coding process. Therefore, I will introduce the specific coding process and every step's function. Firstly, to import an LTK function, which is to import necessary libraries. Secondly, download the Weather lexicon, which is a list of words and their corresponding sentiment scores. They can import a part of this literature. Fourthly, use the split function to split the sentence, to split the input text into sentences, and create the empty list to store the sentiment score for each sentences. And next step, we will count the amount of the sentences. And the most crucial coding step is to use for function to loop through the whole text. And we need to employ strip function to skip the sentence without sentimental words. Then use polarity scores function, which returns a dictionary with scores of each sentence. Compound score is the overall score, and append the compound score to sentiment score to know the emotional expression. And lastly, using print function to display the sentiment scores of each sentences. Let's look at the example. Initially, I will input the text from beginning of the book. These numbers are the sentiment scores of every sentence. And this bar diagram is the visualization of the output. So we can see the atmosphere of this text is mostly positive. And when I input the text from the back of this fiction, we can see the sentiment score is mostly negative, and see the bar diagram of this text. So this can reflect the writer's emotion changing and the plot development of this fiction. And through contrasting the sentiment score, we can realize the author's different emotional expression with the development of the plot. Therefore, we can better follow the storyline and understand the literature. Thank you.